It's free hitting FPL Agony this week, isn't it?
It's a big one, this one. I mean, I've changed it about 7 or 8 times.
I've done it once.
I mean, everyone's going to be playing a free hit. I think if you've prepped for it hard enough and you've wildcarded already, this is the week to play. I think this is the most optimal way of getting a full 11 out.
And cue everyone having the same team.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's a template, and I think there's a template for a reason. And we'll obviously look at that later. Some people might not be free hitting, they might be looking at 34, but I think we can get a decent team out.
No. Like you said, you've got a 5-a-side team. I've got a 7-a-side team.
It made sense for me.
You need 11.
I mean, I could have taken a -4 or -8 and only had 8 players. So for me, free hit was right.
No more hittings for me.
Well, I've heard about that. So
We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts.
yeah,
There's only 7 game weeks left, isn't there?
is it 6, including this one, yeah. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Yeah.
That's why I don't teach maths.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. Right. Should we have a look at our teams then?
Yeah, should we go with yours first, Scott?
In goal this week, I've got Sam Johnston from Crystal Palace. Obviously, Guaita's now injured. Is it Guaita? Vincent Guaita is injured at Palace, so he's coming as a second choice. And they've improved defensively so well under Roy Hodgson.
Why?
Roy, my boy.
Why?
And I think with Everton struggling to score goals, I think he is due another clean sheet. And I want to be part of that defence, to be honest.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. In defence, I think I've got quite a template back three. I think there is a template for a reason, as I've already said. And due to the high ownership of Kieran Trippier, I've gone for Kieran Trippier. I would rather have him and even him concede because of the high ownership he's got. And I believe if non-free hitters will have him in the team, it would make sense to keep him
Spurs
there.
could be Spursy this week as well.
Yeah, well, that's also one of my reasoning to have Trippier. I've gone for Alex Moreno. Left back at Villa, I think he's done really well under Emery. I think that was a really good signing in January for them, and I've given him the nod ahead of Tyrone Mings, who's been fantastic for me in my normal team. Trent, of course, AA as they like to call him, is in. I think he's going to absolutely have a storming game week this week against the worst attacking team. Is it, or the second worst?
I saw
defense?
something like their defence is really poor on the left-hand flank.
Which is where, even
really
poor. In this inverted fullback role, whatever it is they want to call it, where he's playing.
Hybrid stuff.
I think they're going to transition him to become a midfielder myself.
We can't defend.
So
He
they've
can
got no other choice, have they? I've gone for a midfield 5 for the moment. Anything can change between now and the deadline. But by the time this goes out, it'll be basically the deadline. I've gone for a midfield 5 of 2 Arsenal mids. So I've gone for the 2 Arsenal mid and an Arsenal striker I'll go into in a minute. And the 2 Arsenal mids are Martinelli. I think he's a really strong captain shout if you didn't have Salah in your team this week. And I've gone Saka. Arteta confirming that Saka's still on penalties, and he is the first person on the team sheet every week. He's a lot for the free hit, personally. It was gutting to say goodbye to him a few weeks ago, but it actually worked for me because I only lost 2 points.
Did you say goodbye back?
No, he didn't. It was quite sad. I was waiting for quite a while. Captaincy, I mean, let's just not spend too much time. The single-handedly easiest captain decision all season is Salah at home to Nottingham Forest. I think we can agree with that.
And he's on attacking that left-hand flank.
Absolutely. I think that would be nice and easy. I've gone for Eze as a slight punt. I know he had a great couple of game weeks, but his returns history is 6 goals a season.
Something like that.
He's probably on like 5.5 right now.
And there's rumours that he's started a rap career as well. But
really?
We don't know if it's him or not.
Well, after the win against Everton and a couple of returns, please, son. So, and I am actually going to go for a Liverpool mid for the moment. I'm going Cody Gakpo. I think he played down the middle, didn't he, against Leeds? Yeah. He looked really strong, and I feel that Klopp will keep the same team. There's no point in chopping and changing the team.
He does.
Fingers crossed. And then up front, we're going for Watkins, man at the moment, Ollie Watkins. I think he is so strong. He is going to be in everyone's teams, whether you're free hitting or not. And again, due to the high ownership, I don't want to miss out on that, to be honest. And I'm partnering up with Gabriel Jesus. Start of the season, when he first came into everyone's teams, 8 million, was absolutely fantastic. We sat there in our first ever episode and spoke about he's going to smash it for Arsenal. The injury obviously changed things, but he's back. Got decent goal last week. You just need him in the box, you need him scoring. You've got that goal against West Ham.
Yeah,
I feel like he could feast. I mean, before the deadline, if I hear he's not going to start, he's only going to get 60 minutes, I might look at a swap, but I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
And my bench is Raya in goal, just because I have the funds. I've gone for Solanke, who there is a chance I actually start him ahead of Eze before the deadline, and Geehy, just to add double Palace defence, but I'm not looking to start them both, and Tyrone Mings, because he was just been an absolute legend for me the last few game weeks, and I feel like he needs to be a place on the bench at least. So that's my team.
No mispronounce of names this week.
No, I'm quite chuffed with that.
That's very good.
I'm
very
really
good.
quite good.
Should we do mine?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, right. Kind of gone 4-3. No, I haven't. I've gone 3-4-3. I was going to go 4 at the back, but I didn't want to double up on anyone. So I did think about going double Liverpool defence, but I've gone completely against that because I just want attack.
Yeah.
So, like we said, there's kind of a template for certain players, and you'll kind of recognise this now with my team. So I've gone Johnson in goal as well. I just think great value against Everton. It makes sense, doesn't it? So my back three is Trippier, Trent, and I've got Mings.
Lovely,
Just because I feel like a set piece might go in their favour. They've been really good on set pieces, Villa.
From an assist from Alex Moreno, hopefully.
To help you out, maybe. Yeah, let's get your rank up. Okay. And then I've gone 4 in midfield. I've gone double Arsenal midfield. I've stuck with Odegaard.
Okay.
Because differential and as much as I would love Martinelli.
He's not a differential, is he really? But in terms of the free hit team, he is.
I think free hit people have got Martinelli over him. Yeah, which, you know, I just think he's still on hot form. So he's been great for me since come back from the World Cup, along with Saka. So he didn't say goodbye to me either. No. You know, when I got rid of him. But anyway. And then I've gone Salah, who is my captain. That makes total sense this week. Yeah. Hopefully that pays off. And I've gone Bowen.
Oh, interesting. I mean, he played, I think, 80 minutes last night in the Europa League final.
You said he looked good?
Quarter-final, sorry. He looked good. He actually scored, but they obviously disallowed it for offside. He looked really strong.
Oh, his performance. I thought you meant his looks like.
No, he's ready for the twins to come along.
Okay. And then I've gone 3 up front. I've gone Jesus and Watkins, which kind of seems template, but I've gone Jota. I think he looked good when he come back in. Yeah. He's one of Klopp's guys, and so hopefully he plays the same team, and then bangs a couple of goals. That'd be lovely jubbly. Yeah. And then my bench is just cheap, cheerful. Got Iverson in goal. For Leicester, he's not going to play, but he's cheap. Eze, it makes sense. So if someone don't play, he comes in. He's my first sub, and then double Wolves defence. It doesn't matter who they are; they're not going to come on. Okay, so and then do you think they need a? Do you need to swap him and Mings, do you think? Like a Wolves defender for Mings? Because...
No.
Leicester, are they going to score?
The issue is, when Brentford are at home, Brentford score, and Tony, when he's not in people's teams, he seems to score.
In Tony I trust, but...
not this week for you, I'm afraid. But I like Mings. I like the Mings pick. He's been solid for me. So
over Kilman?
Yeah, definitely.
Sorted.
Yeah.
And Matt, I'm sure we'll do a little thing about his team at another time, whenever. But we'll see.
On the old socials.
He's saying
on the old socials.
So if we just went all shaky there, that's what it was. Okay. Oh, this was beautiful. This was lovely, wasn't it?
Any punts this week that some of the community might be looking at?
Yeah, do you know what? I did think that I've gone Jota. Yeah. We spoke about the guy at Villa.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Bondia. I think Ben Ryan would be another punt as well, but
he's been
yesterday at the game he didn't take the penalty, and it was Paqueta, so I'm a bit unsure if he's going to be taken off or there's separate penalty takers for each competition. That would be a good punt, but I think Eze still would class as a punt, to be honest, for the funds.
Yeah. So, most transfer player in apparently.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, so good option.
Yeah. So that was cheerful.
Yeah, well, we're back to actually recording a video, which has been quite nice. And I'm sure we'll be on the socials for the rest of the game week. Post deadline.
Hopefully no agony.
We'll see. We'll post the final teams all on social media and you can check that out, but we're almost locked.
Yeah, sorry we couldn't get a show out this week. It's just been mad crazy. We'll hopefully try and do that next week.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good, So, in which case, outros. We're going to get this correct.
Here we go. We're not live. We're going to have to do it.
And join us next time on FPL Agony, where we will share more stress, anxieties,
and agony that make us love the pain of this game.
Fantastic. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, please, and keep up with all the news and dates.
Absolutely. Good luck, free hitters, and may all your arrows be...
Got on that.
Green!
Yay!